For 20 years, Somalia's capital Mogadishu has known nothing but chaos. Warlords, clan militias, and then the Islamists al-Shabaab. Security has begun to return only in the last couple of years. But with it, a new secret force has moved in.
دولة مريكا السعودان أو CIA ماشي دكتور حرونة كل هذا قلاء اللي يراهدو MI6 أو دولة إنجليز كسعودة ماشي دكتور فرانسيس كانوا دكين.
It's no secret that American operatives have been here since 2007, supporting Somalia's fragile government. Their stated mission: to train government forces to fight the jihadis of al-Shabaab. Today's report is supposed to show that the CIA's connections to enhanced interrogation techniques are history. But here, there are claims of American complicity in torture and secret prisons. The Western forces operate alongside Somali militias who they fund and train, and who are broadly anti-al-Shabaab. Their mission, according to Somali officials, is to snatch al-Shabaab suspects from the streets and take them to secret jails to be interrogated. We met one Somali whistleblower. We'll call him Hassan. To protect his identity, we can't reveal much about him, but he did work alongside Western security agents for several years. Hassan left his post because he felt uncomfortable about some of the things he saw and the power they wield.
marka waxaaba mudaaba saraakiisha Soomaalida in laga amar weyn oo dadkan ajnabiga ah ee martida ay hawshii oo dhan ay leeyihiin.
The aim of these interrogations, he told me, is to find out if they will admit to being members of al-Shabaab or agree to become agents.
waxa lagu keenayna waa dibkaas loo geysanayay torture-kaas iyo waxaas
si fiican ha hadalku rabo markuu ka leexan rabo budka lagu qabanaya soo jirdila la soo xeelaya waa qolada lagu xirto godka jilcu ayuu la soo bisleeyo nooradoodu muuqdaan lagu keenaya.
I spoke to 9 men who say they were tortured in Mogadishu in the presence of Western security officials and under their direct orders. 2 agreed to go on camera. A former prisoner told us about groups of suspected al-Shabaab being brought in for interrogation. He said one man would be singled out and tortured, while others were forced to watch. The aim, he says, is to frighten them into cooperating.
ماشي الباب مركو سو غلاي او امراو او سو امراو
عدانك
عدانك oo ku cilna hadana markuu ku celiyo oo kadib oo dhaco oo qofka xogaa miirka oo beel oo zim oo dhaho oo ka qaada shib markuu dhaho hadana mar saddexaad ku cilna hadana saddexaad markuu ku celiyo hadana qofka oo sida hadana oo noqdo
marka adiga dilku ugu weyn lagu sameeyay muxuu ahaa
buday u garaan iyo qoribaadkiisii.
It's widely believed here and confirmed to me by Somali officials that the CIA are based in a compound beside the airport, and they use underground prisons to interrogate al-Shabaab suspects. Channel 4 News understands that the United States is planning to build a huge prison compound here in Mogadishu. Behind me is where apparently the Americans want to set up a permanent base. The world was shocked last year when al-Shabaab killed 67 people in Westgate shopping center in Nairobi. Somalia's former head of intelligence freely admits Western spies are operating in the country to counter the growing threat of the jihadists.
wadamadaas Mareykanka iyo Ingiriiska kaliya si toos ah waxay ula shaqeeyaan security-ga Soomaalida oo
security-ga gaar ahaan sirdoonka iyo argagixisada dirirka gaar ahaan dhinaca argagixisada dirirka iskaashi baa jira.
But he refused to accept any torture or abuse was taking place.
haddii wax xirfada aan uga maarmi weyn cid nooga aqoon badan oo ajnabiyan waa la adeegsanayaa sababtoo ah waxaan la dagaalamayno dad xirfada ajnabi wata waay xoog haddii shabaab lahaan lahayn waqtigii u adkaa oo ugu xooganaayeen inay joogaan runtii Soomaaliya waxay u baahan tahay iskuulada waxa ka muhiimsan xabsiga hadda.
This man agreed to talk to me. He says he was snatched from the street on his way to work and held there for 2 weeks. Even when they are no longer deemed an al-Shabaab threat, they have to pay the militiaman to get out of jail. But for those who don't have the money, it's a very different ending. This woman's son was snatched off the street when he was 15, accused of being a member of al-Shabaab. She insists he wasn't.
sheeganayo wuxuu sheeganayaa in meesha jirjirgo lagu dilaayo oo macnaha wax uusan sameyn lagu qabanayo oo la leeyahay waxa taas sameeyay la leeyahay ayaanu joogan wax wiilku adiga wax badan oo cabaada meesha laga bixiyo dhig jiray sakaraadka la soo saaray dhibaataan kala kulmay siisnaa inay sii waayeen oo waa daawaysay dheheen anigana ay qaadeen ay daaweeyeen.
He died in jail aged just 17. He is one of the many unexplained deaths in prison. They are rarely, if ever, investigated. This new prison is supposed to be built in the shadow of this football pitch. Many Somalis now feel they are mere spectators in their own land. They believe these unseen, unregulated, and unaccountable forces are here because of Western foreign policy. And the building of this secret prison is further fueling deeply held suspicions about the intentions of the West and their influence on this country's future.
Jamal Osman reporting. Well, we have asked the US State Department, the CIA, for comment on this report, but are still awaiting a response.